The Jaguars' 2017 win over the Chargers was easily the most entertaining game of Week 10's early slate of games. Stefan voiced this game had everything terrible: Blake Bortles interceptions, backup long snappers, Philip Rivers laying out a Jaguars player. Seriously, a game that was boring for its first 58 minutes descended into madness over the final 2 minutes of regulation and overtime. Let's recap the insanity. It all started with what appeared to be a Jacksonville touchdown on a fumble return by Tashawn Gibson. The play was reviewed and the replay official decided that Gibson was down by contact even though there didn't seem to be clear visual evidence he had been touched. The Jaguars took over at the Chargers' 36-yard line, needing only a few yards to get into field goal range. It appeared they had those yards when Chargers safety Trey Boston was flagged for unnecessary roughness for this hen. After the refs huddled up to discuss the call, the flag was picked up, but Jags WR Mark Easley was hit with a taunting flag for dancing in Boston's face after the play. The Jaguars were pushed out of field goal range but needed only a few yards to get back into Josh Lambeau's range. Enter Blake Bortles, whose only job this season is to not mess things up. So, of course, Bortles decided this was the perfect time to throw a terrible interception. Game over, right? Nope, not even close. The Jaguars' defense forced a quick 3-and-out, and Bortles was given another chance. He led the Jaguars back into field goal range but not before giving the Chargers a few chances to end the game. He nearly threw an interception on the first play of the drive. He decided a 2-yard run was worth risking being tackled inbounds, which would have likely ended the game with the Jaguars out of timeouts. Then he forced a 2-yard throw into coverage. Bortles managed to avoid the costly mistake and got the Jaguars in position to kick a short field goal. But with starting long snapper Matt Overton out injured, it was not going to be easy. Thanks to holder Brad Nortman, the Jags got the kick off and forced overtime. The play was hilariously recapped by former Colts Pat McAfee. The Jaguars got the ball first in overtime but were forced to punt after a long drive. 3 plays later, Jacksonville's offense was back on the field thanks to an untimely Philip Rivers interception, which ended with the veteran quarterback laying a brutal hit on Jags CB Bowie. Rivers appeared to trash-talk Bowie after throwing the game away, which is probably the wrong time to talk trash. The Jaguars failed to find the end zone and sent out Lambeau for the game winner. Lambeau, who was cut by the Chargers in September, had a chance to stick it to his former team, but not before Los Angeles attempted to ice him and the backup long snapper with a timeout. And wouldn't you know it, the Chargers were able to block the field goal, but, because the Chargers are cursed, the ball managed to make it through the uprights, giving the Jaguars the big win. What a game! And I didn't even mention the Jaguars' 56-yard touchdown on a fake punt. Like I said, this game had everything.